As many of you know, I'm not a morning person, so this is extremely interesting for me. I still have my Brenda McCarroll voice on, so bear with me. Well, welcome to our Volunteer Appreciation Breakfast. For those of you that don't know, I'm Mayor Pam Triolo, and in the time I've been mayor, I've seen many exciting changes here in the city. We've seen the opening of this beautiful casino building. It is gorgeous. We've seen the drop, a major drop in our electric rates. The selection of Orlando Utilities Commission to help us make that transition, to help get those rates down. The redevelopment changes made in our city by the CRA. These projects require expertise and technical abilities to bring them to fruition. And some of you have been part of the planning and implementation of these projects. Others in projects completed or projects to be seen in the near future. It's been a challenging time for all government agencies as everyone is focused on getting more and achieving more while spending a lot less. Your volunteer service here in the city is worth its weight in gold. You share your time, you share your talents with us as advisors, ambassadors, and even administrators for the city. James Durst once said, "Help one another. There's no time like the present, and no present like the time." That's the gift that each and every one of you give to us. Your contribution of time and talents has helped to keep the city moving forward, and we cannot do it without you. And we appreciate it more than you know. Mr. Farrington is going to come up here in just a few minutes and talk about the VIPs program, which has been so important for our city's growth. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the boards. Our city currently has 14 boards. In early 2013, there were 17 boards, but 3 were absorbed by other boards, and their responsibilities were shifted. The Recreation Advisory Board, anyone here from the Rec Board? Hey! They assist us in planning future facility and programming needs. And as all of our boards are, this is an important board as our recreation programs are helping to shape the future of the youth of this community, and that's so very important. And we are committed to keeping those rec programs going. Another important board is the Historic Resources Preservation Board. Anyone here from that board? There we go. We have such unique, special architectural, archaeological, aesthetic, and cultural interests that adds value to the city. I remember when I first got here, goodness gracious, 18, 19 years ago, I went before the Historic Resources Preservation Board. I have a house built in the early 1920s, and they proved to be a really important part of learning how my home contributed to the tapestry that is Lake Worth, and we really appreciate everything that you do. It's important to the future of the city to respect the past, and we're committed also to doing that. Planning and Zoning Board. Anyone here from Planning and Zoning? No. There we go. They review projects. They have a certain set of disciplines, architecture, contracting, electric work, same thing with Historic Resources Preservation. And I don't have to tell you how important it is that we not only grow with new projects, but also make sure that the land development regulations adopted in August are being followed with regard to all new investment in the city. All right, our Community Redevelopment Agency. Who's here from that? And there we go. And if you haven't noticed, they've been busy purchasing and rehabilitating existing foreclosed properties and building those beautiful urban arts lofts along Lucerne Avenue. Everyone see those? These lofts are a great addition, and of course they allow artists to live and work in our community and contribute to the overall revitalization around us. Now, supporting these boards that are adding to the value of our city is the Tree Board. Anyone here from the Tree Board? There it is. Tree Board is so important. They establish policies and standards for the protection and preservation of public and private trees. And it's so very important to the landscape, not to be funny, of the city. The Sister City Board, anyone here from Sister City Board? There we go. Our sincere gratitude to you who have planned, sponsored, organized, promoted cultural exchanges that led to international economic development programs. And we're so very, very grateful. Assisting us in our economic development is our Electric Utility Advisory Board. Who's there? Anyone there from the Juice Board? That's the nickname we have for the EUAB, is the Juice Board. Okay, how about the Finance Advisory Board? Anyone there? There we go. These two boards help the Commission on electric utility policies and providing input on major financial decisions in connection with the preparation of the annual budget. And we are going to work your fingers to the bone, so get ready, lady. We're heading into budget season. We also have boards serving as administrators of our various pensions. I happen to sit on the employee and the police pension boards, who we meet to discuss retirements and disability and implement the provisions of the Florida state statutes. Anyone here from our pension boards? There we go. Excellent, thank you. The Construction Board of Adjustments and Appeals. Anyone here? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the secret weapon that we have. If there's an issue between residents and the building official, guess what? They see one of those guys. And I'm sure there's never any issue between a resident and a building official on anything, right? The Library Board. Where are my library friends? There we go. They have been taxed and stressed more than most boards in recent years. They review expenditures from the trust fund, the Simpkins Trust Fund. They set policies for our library. But more importantly, to all of those who love our library, they've supported the community by providing computer time, books for all ages, reading programs that benefit our beautiful yet challenged city, and they always manage to pull it out and do more with less. And we're very, very grateful. Before I finish today, I want to thank Studio 205 for donating the beautiful orchids on your tables. I don't think there's a more beautiful flower, and for many of them, when they get one, it becomes an obsession. I happen to be an orchid junkie, so they're hanging from just about every tree in my yard. I understand we're going to be giving the orchids away, and no, I'm not eligible to win one. Sorry. Darn. So anyone, please stick around after breakfast and see if you're one of the winners, because we're going to be giving them away per table. I hope I've not missed anyone in my recognition here today. You are all important. You all add value to the city. Please, please continue to volunteer with us in the future. I look forward to many more of these recognition events. I want to thank staff so much for helping us to put this event together. This is the first. And we are I wanted to thank, as Mr. Barrington said earlier, God bless you and your families and your loved ones. You give so generously of your time, your talents, and we've been taxed as a city. It's been really, really hard. And the growth of this volunteer program has helped us keep up the level of services that most municipalities can't do. If you look at what's going on in our community, your volunteerism, your involvement is changing the face of the city every single day. Every time you step out of that car and come to help the city. I'm so very grateful. God bless you all.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think you took my whole speech. Don't look at that. That's fine. All right, there's plenty to go around. At this time, both my co-worker Debbie Andrea and I would like to recognize the board members and the staff and the liaisons who actually support those boards. So I'm not sure if the mayor hit on every board, so if I would, I'd like to just read them to you, alphabetical, and give those staff members or liaisons who do also support those boards, if you kind of either stand or just give a high five so that we can get a nice looky-loo at who you are. The Board of Trustees Employees Retirement Board. These members serve for 3 years. It's a logical. Is there another staff member or liaison who also supports supports this board, leave this room. Thank you, Mayor. The Board of Trustees Firefighters Pension Board. Okay, these members serve for 2-year terms. Thank you very much. The Board of Trustees Firefighters Pension Board, Division 2. Okay, no one from them. And these individuals serve for 3-year terms. These are long terms that we've asked the members to commit to. The Board of Trustees Police Retirement Board. Thank you, Madam Mayor. And they also serve for 2-year terms. The city's Recreation Advisory Board. Thank you, Steve. These members serve for 3-year terms, again, and I know he puts them to work, and they put him to work. The City Tree Board. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, David puts you to work. You individuals commit to 3-year terms. The Community Redevelopment Agency. Thank you very much. And we get you for 4-year terms. The Construction Board of Adjustment and Appeals. Thank you very much for your service. You also serve 4-year terms. The Electric Utility Advisory Board. Thank you very much. These individuals serve either 1, 2, or 3-year terms to keep them staggered and the information flowing. Finance Advisory Board. So thank you so very much for your loyalty. You individuals serve 3-year terms also. The Historic Resource Preservation Board and the staff members that support them. We'd like to see you. Okay, there's no staff. And I know you have a great deal of staff who do support this board. You individuals serve in 3-year terms. And again, thank you for your time. Library Board. Thank you so very much. We get you for 5-year terms. Planning and Zoning Board. And any staff member here that does support that board. Okay, and I know again you do have a large staff that do support your needs. You individuals serve for 3-year terms. And the Sister City Board. Okay, and I believe there's a commissioner that, thank you, Commissioner McFord is the liaison for that, and one serves them. This board, they serve for 2-year terms. So again, thank you very much. It's a large commitment. It's a large commitment for your family and your social life. At this time, Debbie has a lot to say.
She's not going to sing, is she?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. When I get a captive audience, yes, I am.
Sorry, I had a meeting. I got to go.
First of all, before I begin, did anybody lose an earring or the bottom of an earring mark? I know it's not yours. Is it? Good. Thank you, Sarah. You get home and realize you didn't have it. Okay. First of all, I'd like to tell you that I wrote a little poem for this event. Now, sometimes they go well, sometimes they go horribly bad, but I want you to know that I am the records manager for the city. I am really a wonderful records manager, so if any of you know an agency that needs a record manager, after this, I probably will be available. It's not that bad. We welcome you to this event. The casino, the goodies, the view. We want to thank you for your help with everything you do. You advise us. You assist us. You answer phones and file. You restock books up on the shelves, and all this with a smile. Some of you work hard all day and meet with us at night. Some of you have long retired, but help us get it right. Some of you meet about the electric bills. I don't know what to say. You're missing reruns of Seinfeld just to meet with Clay? But wait, some of you meet with William. We're really glad you stayed. We have to work with him every day, but at least we're getting paid. Some of you sit on the pension boards. I know that I'd be gone just hearing about investments and lawyers running on and on and on. I have a question for the finance board. It's hard for me to believe. Did you really stay awake all night in a meeting run by Steve? We have a great commission. We love them, one and all. They did a great job here today and back at City Hall. They also brought our city manager. I hope you all know Mike. In case you're not familiar, I'll tell you what he's like. First, he loves the volunteers. He appreciates all you do. But I'd like to ask you to stop being nice, because he wants that now from us, too. He's a little quirky, he's a little weird, and he's always on the go. But he seems to like the job we do. It's really hard to know. I think he's trying to change us and make us more like you. I overheard him talking about what he's going to do. I heard he has a whole new plan he wants to start next year. He wants a new advisory group, but I want to make this clear. A Pirates advisory group, really? And we have him to thank? You guys will get all the accolades and we'll have to walk the plank. So I want to ask you here today, if he asks you, don't sign on. Our punishment will be a flogging, and next year we'll be gone. Thank goodness he wasn't in the room. But here he is, so don't tell. Next, Mark Farrington wants to talk about the VIP program. Thank you.
Tough act to follow there. In fiscal 2013, the city manager created a volunteer coordinator position carved out of another job that already had too much to do. But the role of that position is to partner with department heads on available opportunities and members of the community interested in serving the city of Lake Worth with their time and talents. When Savina Donaldson moved into the coordinator position, the VIPS program was created, took form, and was run successfully. Last year, the program provided the city approximately 50 volunteers who were provided over 2,550 hours, supplying the equivalent of about $38,000 in person power. These volunteers in public service contribute in various departments, doing everything to assist staff provide high quality and timely service to the community, such as answering the phones, directing incoming calls, and visitors, as well as greeting people at City Hall, which, by the way, entails telling residents 300 times a day where they need to go to get a beach parking decal, request a permit, or pay their utility bill. They also scan documents, assist in cleaning up the beach, and helping out at this beautiful building, and assist our planning departments. The volunteers at the library help serve by cataloging and shelving books, as well as keeping the dust off the shelves and resource materials. They provide specialized assistance to residents who utilize this very unique library. Surroundings of the library are also historical, yet the services are so up to date. Our volunteers at the museum are a dedicated group who has a great interest in sharing the history of Lake Worth. These volunteers keep the various artifacts in pristine condition so that they may be admired by our residents and visitors for generations to come. At the golf course, the volunteer staff has been instrumental in the effectiveness of daily golf operations as starters and player assistants. These volunteers create a more enjoyable experience for all golfers and provide range marshal support for all the golfers on the course to keep horses moving along. These are all very important positions, but if you have spent any time at the golf course, and I hope you have, you'll agree with me that this is a great way to volunteer and help the community while enjoying your retirement to the fullest. We also have student interns who volunteer in our electric utilities group to learn about operations and contribute analytical and operational insight. And another student intern who works at City Hall, who assists volunteer coordinator in support of advisory boards. We hope that the experience they get from volunteering here at the city in their youth will prepare them for employment in the future, as well as a lifetime of giving back to their communities. In closing, the City of Lake Worth gratefully acknowledges this group of individuals and their families for a sacrifice of time and commitment towards making our town a better place to live, work, and do business. I also want to take one more minute to publicly acknowledge Ms. Selena Donaldson. Ms. Donaldson, the coordinator who represents each volunteer, their desire and their skills they would bring to Lake Worth, serves as an agent for each volunteer who says, I'm going to go to work and volunteer in the city of Lake Worth. In addition to working with many of you here this morning, she's continued to work tirelessly to bring on two additional groups of volunteers, which have just hit the ground in 2014 and will be recognized next year. One is the Junior ROTC program at Lake Worth High School, and they will initially assist us in maintaining our cemeteries in a respectable manner, which is something we all endorse. The ROTC group will contribute greatly to the public services arena headed by Jamie Brown. The other group who joined us is a group of students from Palm Beach County's Project Access. Project Access provides job training and experience to developmentally disabled young people to prepare them for the working world. Project Access students are currently working in leisure services, human resources, the city clerk's office, and in public services. In closing, we would be remiss if we left out the more than 110 plus volunteers who serve and provide many types of support in the leisure services arena. Throughout the year, with the many different programs, seasons, and needs, they have given of themselves more than 3,300 hours, contributing another $72,000 in manpower and labor plus value to what the leisure services team has been able to provide to our children and youth in all seasons that the city may offer programs. They're not here this morning, but they will be appropriately recognized in the near future by the City and Leisure Services Department. Thank you very much, and I'd like to ask all of those volunteers for the VIPS program to please stand, our interns. Juan, Sal, please stand. Thank you very much. And with that, I turn it over to the city manager, Michael Allard Woods.
I have about 30 minutes in comments, if that's okay. I just got a little overwhelmed here. It would be remiss if we didn't introduce our elected officials. I don't think we did earlier. Of course, our wonderful mayor, Pam Triolo, but also our commission, our vice mayor, Scott Maxwell, I believe is left. Scott's left the building. We also have Andy Amoroso who's coming in. I have to say, when I first came on board, there was a lot of interest and discussion about how to engage the community more in your city. And leadership of the mayor and the commission and the direction to me, creating this program was one of the most wonderful things that we've embarked upon. As you can see, this is our first event. We're going to do this every year, hopefully, as we grow. But it's so important for a lot of reasons. And obviously, there's the bottom line to the budget. We can't do all the things we need to do without your help. And we thank you. But also, having been in local government for as many years as I have, I can tell you the sign of a healthy community, a community that really is going places, is the people in the community actually participating in what's going on in your local government. It provides an air of transparency. When we have volunteers who come in and sit at a desk or go into an office and work, they get to see firsthand the issues that we're grappling with as a city firsthand. And a lot of times they go, wow, I didn't realize it was this crazy. And so that really helps us as we move forward to give the residents and the participants some transparency in what we're doing within the city government, and to show them the way in which we're also trying to improve as we go. Lake Worth is a great community. Hands down, this is the best community in Palm Beach County. We're well on our way to making that in the state of Florida, and it's all because we're a team. And we all work together, and under the leadership of the mayor and the commission and your staff, we are so dedicated day in and day out with your help to move the city forward. And I just can't thank you enough. And I look forward to seeing you around the city, continuing the good work that you're doing. And with that, I'm going to send you on your way with just the most heartfelt appreciation. Thank you for all you do. Have a great day.